Right, we're on. Right, go on, Liz. Tell us about your first night down the Reno.
First night down the Reno, let Jane start with her first night because she did go down before me.
Oh,
I
did
did.
you, Jane?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I used to drag everyone down there. You know this place. I went in with Judy the first night I went in. And I just remember standing outside thinking, wow, I don't want to go in, I'm scared. But she said, no, come on. But that was it. That was the first night for me. I remember going down, you're dead quiet, aren't you? Because you don't really know anything because you're so young. So you don't have a conversation in you because you're like...
How young?
54, 15,
Yeah. 14, 15.
I know.
What year is this?
79, 80.
Yeah. Probably the end of 79, coming into 80.
Yeah, 79, 80.
Yeah.
And then, go.
But I just remember that, you know, when you think about it, you're just dead quiet, aren't you, when you're in there? But you realise why later. It's because you haven't got a story to tell at 15, have you?
No.
I had my school dinner today. I told my mum I'm staying at Judy's.
So how did you, right, stupid question, how did you know about the Reno and where you're coming from? What area do you live in?
I can't remember.
Failsworth.
Yeah.
Failsworth in Oldham.
But we used to...
So how do you know about the Reno from
Because we used to go to like the Civic, didn't we? The Civic and Oldham Civic, and everyone in Manchester used to go to them. So we met everyone from Ancoats.
I used to wax school.
Everyone from there.
I used to wax school in the Arndale, so I'd meet loads of new people in there in the Arndale from the south side of Manchester.
Yeah, so we knew everyone from the Arndale.
What Civic?
It was like a youth club.
But it was a civic centre, it was
civic
massive.
Centre, so it was massive.
So, yeah.
It was like Oldham Civic and was Mid-Civic.
And
New Century Hall.
I remember these names. I don't think I ever went.
They were all for the young guns.
Yeah.
And we used to go in there, didn't we, to all the different ones. So we met everyone from around Great Manchester, from Moss Side, from Hume.
So everyone. Who did you know then?
Let's see, we knew from there when we were young.
Wow.
Staines used to go.
Right.
Floyd.
Yeah.
Remember Floyd, who's got the Caribbean eating place now? Floyd. These were all younger. They were like into the Scar and all that, weren't they?
Yeah.
So you two was friends then?
Yeah. We've been friends from
Since
about
school, from junior.
about 6.
Yeah. That's like me and you, man.
We've been friends a long time.
Yeah.
All the sisters are true.
We're sisters.
All the sisters are true.
So Jane, how come you don't go down together?
So, and then she went down one weekend, and exactly the following weekend, we met throughout the week, and she went, I've been to this place. You're going to have to come.
You're going to have to tell your mum you're staying at mine on Saturday.
So I said, right, okay. So I was staying at Jane's, and Jane's was staying at mine.
We never thought how we was going to get home.
I'm just wondering that. How did you get there? Did you go on a bus?
We set off in the evening.
On a bus?
Yeah, to town.
Yeah.
And we met Vinnie Kerrins, and he was from Ancoats. A white guy, everybody knows him. Yeah. He's passed away now, rest in peace.
Yeah.
And Vinnie Kerrins, and we met him in town, I think.
Yeah.
And we walked to the Reno from town.
From town?
Yeah.
And it was we got in there about 9:30, dead early. And we
sat. Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We sat on the seats as you got through the front door, and he was on the right, and we sat on
a
table there, and it was dead quiet, weren't it? And we
watched everyone fall in throughout the
night. We all just sat there like that.
Just used to?
Three.
And Vinny.
Yeah, it was good. It was an adventure, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was like, it was so cool in there.
He was playing.
Cooley.
Yeah,
Cooley was playing.
Did you ever dance?
No,
not the first night.
You never even really looked at the audience, did you? Just like be there into his tune.
Yeah.
But we used to go over to his mum's, didn't we? And listen to tune over there at Julie's mum's,
In you?
Yeah. No,
facing Moss Side.
Just across the road.
Yeah.
Oh, and Quinny Crescent.
Quinny Crescent, just off there. Yeah. Joyce's mum.
Yeah.
And
It was pretty good, yeah.
So I think Mandy's asking, did you have a dance that night, or did you?
No, not for a long time.
We was only young, remember, we was 14, 15.
Yeah. So
we
just
couldn't get up with them big people, and it was like, oh my God, they were proper grown up.
Yeah.
Classy, and it was just amazing.
Yeah, it was.
Everyone was just so into the tune.
Yeah, it was really
The
good.
smell of weed was just fantastic.
Yeah. It was probably quiet because we were stoned.
We was probably stoned.
And you get him to try smoking, then I'll have some. I'm a real grown up, babe.
Yeah.
Boom.
I can't remember. We were chatting with people all night though. I can't remember who we were.
People were talking to us. Yeah. I felt like home, really.
Yeah.
It became like it was because you get to know people. So I never had any trouble in there, ever.
Yeah. No, and then we used to go
Never.
every week. Every week, I was staying at Jane's house.
Yeah.
And Jane was staying at my house. We went every week.
Yeah, we did.
I tried to get into town, but we was too young to get into any of the clubs in town.
Yeah,
they
they wouldn't
couldn't
let
get
us
in
in.
Reno. You used to let us in, didn't
Yeah.
you? Yeah.
Like our other friends kind of looked older, didn't they?
Yeah, we couldn't get in town.
We was in
so,
duffel coats and flipping
yeah.
boating shoes and
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know.
Oh, was you?
Yeah, college
Yeah.
shoes and
Yeah,
all that.
college and Lois jeans.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
How did you get home the first night?
I don't know. Did we end up flipping walking back to town or something?
Can't
Or
remember.
Did we go to any blues, any shebeens?
Yeah, we ended up getting into all kinds of
Yeah,
stuff.
we did.
People
We did.
used to always take us home.
Oh,
Yeah, we
Yeah.
used to get. We was fine.
people were pretty decent, you
Yeah.
know. Do you ever remember Keith the Warrior?
Yeah.
Do you
yeah.
remember? I remember. I don't know if it was with Donna, you know,
Go on.
or Judy. It was one of them, and he'd let us stay at his house after the Reno this night, and it was just nothing in it, just like a friend, you know.
We could do whatever we wanted.
Yeah,
Because
we had friends who'd go always have little gangs in the Arndale and stuff as well. But I always remember his mum coming home. And he was like, oh, I died, my mum's here. So we had to get in the wardrobe. His mum come in, open the wardrobe, kid, what them woman doing in your wardrobe? I was like, ah! It was a nightmare. It's like, see ya. Oh my God.
Keith the Warrior, what a name.
I
man.
know. I can't remember his last name, but we used to call him Keith the Warrior, didn't we?
When did you start to feel part of the Reno, that you weren't just a visitor, that you was part of the
But
scene?
not very long.
No, it didn't
Because I
take
met
long.
Steve.
How long? Go on.
Probably the first or second night I went in there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So I met Steve at 15.
Did you?
And yeah.
Did you know him from some of the youth clubs?
No, Steve was
Right.
well older.
Yeah.
Oh.
How much is he
If I
older
remember,
than you
He's
in
9
reality?
years older
If
than
I
Oh, is
me.
remember
it?
rightly, I think I'd met Steve and he said,
Jane-
have
Jane
you got
had
any
got-
friends, Jane?
Yeah, and
Listen.
Jane had already met him the week before.
Oh, the week when Jane goes down on her own.
Yeah, if I
I
remember.
didn't go on my own.
No, well, with-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So did you become partners from
Yeah, she
from
ended
the
up with him.
second week?
Yeah, but he was doing his thing and I was doing mine.
No, I remember that.
Yeah.
I must say, Liz, right, I used to love your clothes.
Really?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I used to love your really simple style. You know, yeah.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you.
You were very girly.
Girly,
Very
girly.
girly. Yeah.
How long
Yeah.
was you with Steve then?
About 14 years.
Wow. From the second night in the Reno.
Yeah.
What was his chat up line then?
He just smiled.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got beautiful
Yeah.
smiles. He's got
He just
beautiful
smiled and that was
smiles.
it. But you know what? I seen him on the dance floor. It must have been the second week or the third. I can't remember. And he smiled on the dance floor, and you know it was that luminous light.
Yeah.
And you went,
No, just he's so cute.
Oh.
Thank you. And I was always attached to him, wasn't I? You
Yeah,
were
yeah.
always there.
Yeah, and that was
Even
it.
there at
Yeah,
Nicole's
I
birth.
was, yeah, and then it wasn't. It wasn't long.
Yeah, go on, Osman. Thank you.
Yeah, I was bobbing in and out with him, but we still couldn't get into town.
No.
We still didn't.
Do you remember even when we was like 21, we got ID? It was like, hang on a minute, I'm 21.
Yeah.
Tell us your favourite night in the Reno, Jane.
I You can't really
Yeah.
pick a favourite night.
Everybody
They were
says
all,
that.
they were all good nights.
It wasn't too long. I mean, really, the first year we went in, and we used to go in every week. From the first night we went in,
Yeah.
we used to go in
Wild
every
horses
weekend.
couldn't keep us away.
That was always there.
Ours was the same.
And we were just getting right into it.
But we kinda-
we was growing up.
We kind of started up near the women's toilets and eventually worked our way down to Big Man Corner.
How did you do that? What was your moves to move down to Big
Nothing, we
Man?
was
Just get
we were,
moving.
yeah, it was
As
pretty
your confidence.
decent.
Yeah,
we weren't,
yeah.
we weren't cheeky girls or anything like that. So people liked us anyway. And before you know it, people are coming in, hey, you're right. And the next thing, we're on their table and then we're moving further down. Next thing, you're just swinging our buns off on the dance floor. Doing backflips.
Yeah.
Do backflips.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we knew everyone, didn't we? So we knew the Bullards, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then it weren't too long that you met your fella.
Yeah.
This is probably before we was even, I don't know, before we was 16.
Mm.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
By 16, that was it. We was kicking it, weren't we?
Yeah. we were
Wow.
proper grown. There's actually people who went in there who were probably our age, but always thought we were older because we're always with older people.
Mm.
You know, it didn't take us long to catch on, did it, really?
No, but both of you are people that I remember like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean, Mandy? You
Yeah,
see
they were
people
always
come and
there.
go,
Yeah.
but you see people who become part of the
Yeah.
scene
Yeah.
straight away, and both
Mm.
of you are that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 16, that was it. The minute I was 16, I left home and moved out. I moved in with my friends. And that was it. Me and Steve, that was it. We was together.
Oh.
She's a wild chick,
I know, man.
She's a wild
Shit.
chick.
Yeah. But, and then we was in there all the time, weren't we?
Yeah, and then I think when
When we remember, and then and so I got a house in you. So that was it. We was just there, weren't we?
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I'd disappear for spells, wouldn't I, and get off on my own adventures and then turn back up again a year later. And
Why
Was it-
was that? You
because
just
I
go
just,
away.
because I think I moved out as well, didn't I, when I was quite young.
Yeah,
from home.
yeah.
And
But
I was,
our best night in there, well, I don't know. It just grew on us.
yeah,
They were all
they're all
great
good nights. Yeah.
They were all great nights.
You did a text. You did a message to each other. Do you remember Escape from Alcatraz?
Yeah,
or is
she
it
don't remember. I
private?
mentioned it
I
to her
don't
and she went, I
remember
don't
it.
remember it.
Yeah.
So there's different things that you don't remember, but I'm not going to go into the story.
Oh,
of
well,
it.
Jane's got a really good story. I remember when the first time you went in the week before me,
Yeah.
when you went down the stairs,
What? When I went downstairs?
and
Head first.
No.
and you couldn't get through the door.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah,
who was it who
'cause-
come through the door?
I can't remember.
I don't want to say names.
One of the characters.
Yeah. One of the characters.
Tell the story.
I can't remember. When did I tell you the story?
Ages ago when you did it.
I can't remember.
Oh yeah, we can cut that.
You said you had a story about you and Judy coming home one night.
No, it was a story you said because you went down the stairs and you couldn't find your way in the you couldn't find the door.
Yeah, because it was all like that wood effect, wasn't it?
Oh
The
yeah.
door.
And everywhere's the door.
Because people standing on that ledge as you go, it's a bit intimidating. You've never
Yeah.
been there before. You're
Yeah.
15 and you're
Don't tell
like,
the story, you can tell the story after.
oh.
And Diana Bunton come through the door.
Are we supposed to be off?
Yeah, you're right.
I remember one night coming out of the Reno with Judy, and these guys had been pestering us all night, and like they were in a car outside, so we've gone down the road, and I'm like that to Judy, saying, Judy, they're following us. I started running on the spot. She went, Jane, it's the 53 bus. Me hallucinating. It's like, fucking come down there. I know, but she was like looking at me as if to say, no, Jane, calm down. Oh, funny. Go on, what about, can you think of anything?
Our first night that we really liked, our memorable night.
Mm,
They were all really memorable. They were all really memorable nights.
yeah. I'm trying to think of any other things that happened in there.
No,
like,
I can't either.
I think the worst night that we ever had in there was when they all came down with the baseball bats. Was you in there, Andrew, that
Everyone was
night?
in there
Everybody
except for her.
Except for
Oh,
me.
man. That was horrendous,
Yeah, I know.
that.
We were stood in the kitchen.
We
Wow.
was
I was
stood.
in the kitchen, Mandy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we was.
well, the women just all stepped back, didn't they?
Mm.
Yeah. And I remember as a certain person was leaving, just staring at me like that, and I knew exactly who it was, but I was like, must have had terror on my face.
Yeah.
It was awful that night, wasn't
Yeah,
it? That was the
yeah.
worst night ever in there. That's the only night where you just start. I think it's closed not long after, a couple of years
That's
after,
right.
maybe.
They actually achieved what they came down to do, which is a shame.
Yeah.
But because, like somebody said, they were all friends with each other 2 weeks before, sat at the same
Yeah.
tables.
Yeah. But I've been at the back of there when I've seen it kick off with like one person and like about 4 of the other people that come in with the bats, and that was a bit of a nightmare as well. But they were very far and few between things that happened like that. I thought, you just dismissed it. It was quite normal. It was quite a dangerous place, really, the Reno. But you kind of just, because it was such, the good things overweighed the bad things in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a death trap. Imagine if someone set a fire in there.
No.
Or something. You'd be
Kids
trapped,
did
wouldn't
every
you?
Christmas, didn't she, with the decorations?
Oh, I don't know. I can't
And
remember.
they all had to protect their afros.
Oh, yeah, melting plastic.
Right, as a woman, right, you're probably not going to like this, and we'll take it out if you don't like it. As a woman, we was just talking about before about getting protection in there by being with a certain fella. Because
Yeah.
I partly did that with Tom,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, should we talk about that?
Well, I did with Steve.
Go on.
Once I was with Steve, that was it. I never paid to get in.
Yeah.
I could then get in all the clubs.
Yeah.
Nobody ever bothered me, and I was fine. And it was definitely because I was with Steve.
Yeah.
The time that I wasn't, it just wasn't like that. I had to pay in.
Yeah.
and then I didn't have to pay in. And once I went in there with Steve, that was it. I never paid in, He never took any money off me.
Yeah. I know, because when we first went, it was like 50p in, wasn't it? Or something like that. But as time went on, you just didn't pay. I didn't pay to go in, or any clubs in town or anything. It was just, the door was open. I think I've even been to clubs where there's been a queue and the bouncers have brought me to the front and took me in.
Why is that?
Because I was with Frank and they knew that I was.
Oh.
I know.
I'd be dying for you to say that, Jane. Go on.
I know, because it was as if when I got with him, you kind of cocooned. You just got instant respect.
Well, he was Big Daddy, wasn't
Yeah. Because, even though you feel grown up and you're going in there, you're still quite vulnerable as well.
Yeah.
But as soon as me and Frank got together, that was it. I could go in there on my own, and then nothing would happen, without anybody. I could just go in, or anywhere really. So, yeah.
It did have a Wild West feeling though, didn't it?
Yeah.
Really? It did.
It also had a Hollywood feeling about
Yeah,
it.
definitely.
I say that.
It
I say
really
it was
did.
like a show.
Yeah.
And you was part of the show.
And the women, when we was young, the women were just amazing.
Pearl Brown,
Pearl
Myra.
Brown.
I've been hunting Pearl Brown for weeks.
It just was fantastic.
Yeah.
And Myra Trigg,
just
amazing.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
were
Our idols.
the women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Diana Bonson.
And
Yeah.
Diana Bonson.
Diana Bonson always used to say, always have a pencil skirt in your wardrobe.
Yes.
Did she?
I've still got one now, yeah.
Did she?
Whip that out on occasion.
Always have a pencil skirt in your wardrobe.
Diane and Paul Clay, just amazing.
Yeah, and she had that chiseled look about her. She was a
Yeah.
Vogue
Everything
model
about
to me,
her
that
was a
woman.
stop
Yeah,
and look.
yeah,
And she knew it.
yeah.
She didn't milk it.
No,
She just knew it.
yeah, she was absolutely
Very graceful.
beautiful, wasn't she? But yeah, the style and the men, the way they dressed as well was just, to stand back when you were young to look at this, you'd forget about the surroundings of the Reno, because it wasn't glamorous by one thing. It was the people that went in there. It was like a magnet.
Yeah.
It attracted people from far and wide, from all over the place.
And the music was amazing. It was just
Yeah.
you just didn't hear it
Yeah,
anywhere.
no, I know. And then you'd see, and it sort of gave you a new outlook on music as well, didn't it?
Yeah.
Because you'd see people grooving to it, and it just. Do you remember when I went in spinning and I sang Sylvia Stripling to the guy because I didn't know the name of it? Cooley had played it, and Rose Henry when she danced to that song.
Oh yeah.
You Can't
Beautiful.
Turn Me Away, Sylvia Stripling.
Yeah.
And Rose, she used to just dance out to it, and I had to go in spinning. It was it called,
Yeah.
and sing it to the guy. He knew straight away. Sylvia Stripling, You Can't Turn Me Away. So I used to play the arse off that tune, didn't I? dancing round my mum's living room. She's like, the bloody hell's this? It's not Engelbert, is it?
What was people who got drawn there looking for?
I don't know. It was just that je ne sais quoi.
I don't know. It's just what you really liked and what you was into.
It was just, I think, you have to be a bit of a rebel to go there.
Yeah, you did.
I agree with you.
You know, you have to be a little bit, because I mean, really, you know, if I look at my own daughter, I'd die if she was doing any of the stuff I was doing back then. It just isn't going to happen, you know. It would never have happened.
Different times.
Yeah, different times, yeah, definitely. I mean, I used to tell my mum I was staying at your house. They never even checked up on it, because it just, where else would it be? Why would you think any different? Really, or your mum?
In what way was you a rebel though beforehand? Because
I was a rebel in school. I was a flippy, yeah, I was. And you were as well, weren't you? I think. Do you remember when we used to go in the Arndale, didn't we? Remember Tony Atto?
Yeah. He was our like little
and
youth worker.
Yeah,
with Colette.
With Colette, yeah.
Yeah.
And they used to buy us like. What was it, milkshakes and stuff like that. We used to sit and talk to them while we was working in school, and they try and advise us, and Tony was saying, don't go down the Reno. It's not, you're so young, it's not a good place for you.
No, but we'd see him in there.
Yeah.
I was just sat here thinking, you know what I mean?
But I think he...
Yeah, and Colette.
Yeah.
And then we'd see him in the Arndale.
And they'd be then advising us not to go in there. It's a dangerous place. You don't want to be in there. Didn't they?
Yeah, we still went in.
Yeah. Come rain or shine, like you brolly. Walking it from town.
Really?
I will go in the Reno. I
With
think
you,
when you were
brolly.
pregnant with Nicole and you wasn't going in so much, I had flipping Teresa Williams going in. She was from over there and she'd never been in. She was like that. Oh, I used to love it in there with you, Jane. I'd have everyone go, Judy, flipping. I'd be like, come on, it's the Reno. Joanne, Pam. Flipping heck. I was the right one for that place. I loved it. It did draw you like a magnet, didn't it? You just couldn't stay away. If you was in town on a Saturday night, there's no way you could just go home.
Yeah.
When you've got the Reno and a couple of shebeens to go to. Flipping heck. Jumping on the back of the milk cart on the way home.
And I thought it was to be with each other as well, not just the club, it was to be with each other.
Yeah, it was just a dead nice vibe in there, wasn't it? It was really good.
Try and describe the atmosphere.
Oh, dead relaxed. Nobody cared. Everybody just and grooved onto the tune, the way they
everyone was on the
groove
same
on.
level.
Yeah.
And that dance floor when it was packed and jamming and everyone was just swaying to the music, because sometimes it was that packed you couldn't really move about. You had to sway. Even the fluorescent light. I'm wearing a white top. White dress this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Brown along.
I've just got on to why Ingrid Dore had that white dress on, man. It's just made sense for the first time.
So you stand out in there. I'm here. I've arrived.
She really got David Joando time for that dress.
Bless.
Yeah.
Dave.
Oh, Dave and Tony, when they lived together. I remember when they used to go in the Reno, them two, because they lived together in the same house.
Did they?
Yeah.
God,
On Claremont Road it was.
Oh.
Yeah. And they had that little car. Do you remember that little car? So it was a Renault.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff I can't remember from back then. It's a bit of a blur, some of it. But in the younger days, when we were still in school, I remember I used to go to school and just sit at the back and fall asleep on the table on the Monday.
Because we'd be up all night.
Yeah, be up all night. And then I'd go home. We'd go home on the Sunday, so you can't go to sleep. Because your mum would be like, why are you sleeping in the day? So you're like that. I stay awake all day and just think, oh.
Did you drink and smoke when you first went in?
No.
I didn't drink for a long time.
No, I didn't.
I'm a right lush now. I'm not. Well, I am sometimes.
But I didn't drink, but it wasn't too long before I was smoking.
Smoking weed.
Yeah. And then we got a house when I had Nicole at 16, and we got a little flat across the road, just off Cunny Crescent there.
Next to Cooley's mum.
Yeah. And I used to go over to the Reno when I needed a weed, and I'd go with £1 and I'd run over at about 10:30 and I'd go in the gambling room and I'd get a pouch of... you used to just sell wrapped in there. Yeah. And I used to go there and get and go sitting there for a bit while they were all gambling, and then I'd get me weed and off I'd go back home.
It's madness, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Why is it madness? What do you mean, Jen?
Because when she's saying she was 16 when she had Nicole,
Yeah.
I mean, flipping out, I was at the birth one of Nicole, and it's like, it's hard to, I look at people who are 16 and 17 and they look so young.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, so it was like, don't know, you grow up quick as well, don't you? And you know, go into adulthood really quick, going somewhere like that. But Moss Side, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I stayed for 20 years.
In Moss Side?
My kids were born there, went to Claremont School. It's like, just absolutely loved Moss Side.
So
Met some long life friends there, you know, that I've had all my life, you know, all my grown-up life.
Yeah.
Really good friends.
So why did you go back to, where are you from, Failsworth?
Yeah.
Why did you go back there?
For my kids, really. Because it was coming to a time when they'd be leaving school and I was thinking, what are the follow-on schools going to be like? And the area we were in, you know, kids were getting shot, mistaken identity, this, that and the other. And I just started thinking, I need to make a move and soon, because I just kept thinking my daughter's going to end up with 3 kids to the local G and my son's going to end up in jail.
Right.
And my son was looking at other people who were young in the family, who had big cars with tellies in the back, and he wanted all this, and I was just thinking, you've got to work for it.
Oh.
It doesn't get handed to you on a plate. So I just took them away, and it did work out okay, because they both turned out great, you know. My son's done some teaching and some, you know, other things, and my daughter's got a good career, so...
Wow.
Yeah.
So what, when they were like 10 and 11?
Yeah, it was just... I think Francis had about a year left in Claremont School. No, probably about 6 months left in Claremont School, and Zara had a year left, because there's only 18 months between them. And I just thought, it's now or never. I've got to move. I've got to move out of the area, get them in a junior school out of the area, so they're ready to go on to the big school.
Yeah.
Because when me and Frank split up, I moved 9 times in 5 years, but I still kept the kids in Claremont School. No matter where I lived, I drove to that school, and I loved that school for them.
I went there.
Yeah, it was a fantastic school.
Yeah. Why did you move 9 times in 5 years?
I couldn't settle.
Oh, okay.
I just couldn't settle down. I was always moving. I was like a bloody gypsy. But, you know, it never harmed the kids, because I wasn't changing school all the time. I kept them grounded in the school they were in. But I've lived in Failsworth now back in there about 18 years, I think.
Wow.
So, yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all right.
What about you, Liz? Where?
We stayed in Moss Side for a few years, but we had Nicole, and then we moved to Charlton, and then but Steve never really left Moss Side. His heart stayed there.
Yeah.
And it all just got a bit mad with drugs. When we lived in just at the back of Quinney Crescent, I must have been about 16, and there was some like hippies upstairs from us, and they used to do drugs all the time. And in the afternoons, they'd come in and they'd taxed them, and somebody gone in with hoods on and taxed the hippies upstairs, and I was just amazed and thought, what a great idea that the drug dealers are actually stealing off the drug dealers. I'd never heard that term before, and it just went mad from then on in. The drugs kind of just took over. I just thought, it's time for me to go home. And I kind of went home, really.
You went back to
Failsworth, and Steve followed me.
Yeah.
Because it all just got a bit wild down here at the in Moss Side at that time with the drugs.
Do you remember the last night you went in the Reno?
Yeah, I went right until the end. I was actually speaking to Steve, funnily enough. We was trying to work out what year it closed. And we got on 88.
Okay.
So do you know what time it was?
No. What
Yeah,
makes
I
you
think
think
it was
88 though?
Because we had a discussion that not long after it was the rave scene
Yeah.
hit.
Yeah.
And it was, and my thing was, if the Reno would have never survived the rave scene because it was so massive, and it was so small, the Reno.
Yeah.
It couldn't really accommodate all the people from my side in there.
Yeah.
So everyone from Manchester just couldn't have survived it.
I don't know what you mean though.
Because it would have been because there's that many ravers.
Oh, to be in that club.
In that club, because there was that many ravers. So we thought it was that 87 or 88.
Yeah, I think it was about then.
Yeah.
Because I had Francis in 89.
Oh, okay.
My son Francis. So I missed all that rave scene anyway because I became a mum then. You know, and then I had Zara 18 months later. But I thought it was 88.
Do you know when it was?
I've heard it's 86 and I've heard it's 88.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's 88.
And when the Reno closed, dead soon did the rave scene come. It was definitely within a year.
Right.
So it was 88.
I was talking to Robert Pereira's missus last night, Pauline, and she had her son Kyle in 87, and she said she remembers still going in there.
Right.
It was, you know, at that time. So she said, I know that it closed after she had Kyle.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It was.
So,
she thinks it was 88 as
yeah,
well.
I think we were right.
Right.
Because we got tuned right into the rave scene. It was almost like
a transition.
It was just a quick transition for us because it didn't matter anyway.
Well, the
we used to be up all night anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But we was going to on a big, massive scale where we were going to the Reno, then the Blues.
Yeah, true.
But we just used to go in the Hacienda when it was first open.
Yeah, the Hacienda was open before.
Yeah, so I think that became like a big place to go.
Yeah.
But I remember going in the Hacienda when that first opened. I remember seeing Madonna playing there.
Yeah,
did you?
Yeah, she was back up to Marcel King.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's how long. It's before she was famous, but we used to go in the Hacienda and then go to the Reno.
Yeah. But then it kicked off, didn't it, in 88? So I went to the Reno right up to it closing.
So how many years did you go then?
Well, it would have been...
When did you first... About 10?
It was 79, 80 we started. First time we went, and that was it. I just went every week.
Yeah.
And then when I was like 16, I could eventually get in the clubs. But I used to always go to the Reno, always. I never didn't go.
It was standard, wasn't it,
Yes,
really?
yeah,
It was just
part of the night.
It wasn't your night out without going there.
No, exactly.
It wasn't,
It
no
wasn't,
matter where you went.
Yeah, it wasn't even it wasn't even considered that you wasn't going to go. Yeah.
You could even stay in, watch movies all flipping evening and then decide at about 2 o'clock in the morning or should go Reno.
Yeah. Well, we did
on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
It was, I loved it.
Before you said about you'd be up, would you have been upset like if your kids would have gone there? Before you kind of hinted at that.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. Would you? Would you want Nicole to go?
No, I don't think I would be upset. No, I think she would be drawn to that.
Well, yeah. I know Zara would be.
It's funny though, it's like Nicole. Nicole grew up in Failsworth, but she's always been with her dad, and she's always gone to my side.
Yeah.
And as they got older, as she got in her late teens and started going to town, she ended up with everyone's daughters.
Yeah.
They all ended up as friends.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, I think they would have gone. I think.
Yeah, probably would.
Yeah.
But I mean, did your mum want you to go in the Reno?
No, Mum went down Reno.
Oh, right, okay.
But only on special, I think, like Christmas or something.
But my mum did. My mum
did.
Yeah, she did tell me when she got older, but she didn't go like I went. She just went in. She just everyone. I don't know. She did go down and she went in the Nile, but I never went to the Nile. I wasn't one for going to the Nile ever.
I think I've been in there once.
You did, didn't you? Yeah.
Once or twice I've been in there, but I liked reggae. I still do.
Yeah.
But I like both soul and reggae.
you know, the not the gun side. If it had just been the Reno that we went in, would you? I think I'd have felt all right about Rach going. I think I would have. Yeah,
it was just what it ended up, you know, like certain things that happened in there. But I mean, flipping heck, if they went in, the dad was Frank, so they'd have been absolutely fine going in there, you know. But I wouldn't have liked them to go in the way I was introduced to the place, but it wouldn't have been like that if they went in there. They would have loved it. My son would have loved it. He loves the music. He's loved the music.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nicole loves my old time tapes. She loves them. She loves my rare grooves. She absolutely loves them.
And it would have just been theirs then, wouldn't it? Like it was ours. Well, it would have just been theirs then, wouldn't it?
Because they all cut the teeth on the tunes, didn't they? All of them kids.
And they've all been in as us pregnant. All of them have been in the Reno as, you know, as like unborn babies, haven't they?
Yeah,
all
Nicole
of them
has.
know each other.
Yeah. Dead interesting, isn't it?
It is when you look
She's like that with Kwame.
Yeah.
She absolutely loves him.
They all know each other.
Yeah.
It's mad because Danielle, Trudy's Danielle, used to babysit my kids.
There you go.
Do you know what I mean? She used to be there, and Moriyama.
I love it. I love because they come, even though they're so young, when I used to have parties, they'd come en masse.
Yeah.
You know, and it was like, and the mum and dad's was there getting down in another room, and they're getting down in there with Kwame and his crew, and it was just like, yes, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
But there is a kind of like a coolness about the Reno that allows us to be cool all our life. You know, like your average parents, right?
Yeah.
You know, like your kid won't be seen dead in the same party.
No.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But we're cool and they're cool and they've got their coolness, we've got ours. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not that kind of ongoing embarrassment, is there?
No, but I had my daughter's friends were at mine last night, and I was playing the tune all night.
You was the DJ.
Yeah, and they're just dancing around. Oh, play this one, Jane. Play that. What's that one that goes like this, Jane? Play that one. You know, it's. But yeah, it's great. Or even if we have a party at yours as well.
It's my iPod that goes on.
Yeah.
With all the rare grooves.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nicole's like, I'm playing that. Will you play that for me?
Do you regret ever going in the Reno?
No.
Do you regret anything about going in
Nothing.
Maybe who I am today, really. This person I am today, because it just kind of like, you just see so much and look at the whole picture a little bit more, you know. It's made me who I am today.
For me, really, it was just a fantastic part of my life that I was proud to take part in.
Yeah, me too.
Absolutely. It was just a great part of my life.
Yeah. The people, though, just like salt of the earth. The people that you meet there. Not everybody, obviously. It's not, but same as anywhere. But some of the people that I've met there, like I said, lifelong friends who'll know all my life. Without a doubt.
There's a weirdness goes on there as well, though, because there's loads of people who've done some really nasty things, you know, and some really awful things, but yet they're still part of our life.
Yeah.
You know,
people
do you know what
change,
I mean?
Don't they, as well? As they get older, people change.
Yeah.
You know, and they do, I believe in that, mate. People who could have been really, really horrible and bad at one point, you know, changed and they're a completely different person now.
And there has been some horrible things that has happened down there. And we've lost some people really horribly.
Yeah.
Like what, Liz? Just say one
You know,
thing.
with shooting and stuff like that, do you know what I mean? And drugs, it has had a big, massive impact.
Yeah, or just sudden death as well, because some people just die. Was it like Sherelle? The young girl, she was always with young Tony West.
Yeah.
And what a lovely girl she was. She was so nice. She was only 17, I think, or something when she died.
I thought she was 15, but she's 17.
Yeah, what a lovely girl
she was my youngest sister's super best friend.
Oh, she was lovely.
Yeah, we loved her as a family. You know, we loved someone.
Yeah. It devastated me that when that happened to her.
Yeah.
Even when I see young Tony now, I still mention her to him. Yeah. You know, because they were like bosom buddies.
Yeah,
they were dead close.
I played a tune for the other night on the site.
On what?
I dedicated a track to
did you?
Other night.
I've not been on as well. I've not been on FB for weeks. But we'll have to go on and have a look through.
And another.
So, go on.
No, you go on, Liz. No, you go on.
I was just going to mention the Reno gig on in June, so I'm looking really forward to the Reno.
On the 2nd of June, the 3rd dimension, and you've got to be more than 50.
Oh, I don't know if we'll make it, Jane.
Well, no, some might come with the parents.
Yeah.
Because they can vouch for them. But
Yeah.
what we don't want is young people
Yeah.
who get drunk and want to start fighting. You know,
Yeah,
we're all too old for that, carry on.
Yeah, it's just a chill out now.
Come with your mum or dad and you can come in, otherwise forget it.
I don't think I can make it.
Yeah, well,
Where is it?
That's
Where
the
is
first night. You'll make the other night. So. But this
Revolution in Fallowfield.
Okay.
Or I had a good thing, God. Just about the community, just about the kind of... I was saying this the other night, I've been really thinking about, about the forgiveness of the community as well. That really interests me. Do you know that loads of us have done some wrong things? Yeah. But the excitement when we see each other even now, like, oh, I'm not seeing you for ages, and all that. Yeah, and just going straight back to that time and who you were, with each other.
Well, it is lovely, isn't it, when you see someone. I mean, I got in contact with Teresa Williams after 16 years. I've not seen her. I used to live at her house, when I was younger, when I was like 17. Also, I could be closer to the Reno.
She's here every Monday night.
Oh, Teresa. I love her. She's great. Monday. And now, when I'll bring her to my house for the weekend and just, look after her and flipping, reminisce and play a bit of music, have a little drink with her. So, she's due to come up again. And it's just lovely to see her because, even with her, because I know her family, her mum and her Auntie Dolly and, all of them. So nice. I even remember Billy, her brother, dropping us off at the Reno one night.
Billy.
Yeah.
Do you remember Billy?
Yeah.
No.
Billy Williams on the door at Genevieve's.
Oh, yeah, of course I do, yeah.
Yeah, but she'd never been in the Reno, and it was me who said, "Come on, Teresa, come to the Reno."
She's watching the memoirs, so
yeah,
she's lovely.
Yeah,
she's
lovely. She's great. And her brother dropped us off, and she couldn't believe it because he was going, "How can I drop two lovely, classy women off here like this?" She said he only dropped us off because she was in the car, Jane. Trying to be cool, like, yeah, go on then, you can go in.
But it's kind of like we almost have had something in common now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like to still...
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but
we were all the same fit, weren't we?
Yeah. In all different ways.
Same fit. Yeah. That's why we could be tolerant of each other.
That's the word. Yeah. That's the word, is tolerant.
Oh. They were good days, weren't they?
Yeah, they were fantastic.
You could say that they've got, you could say that they've grown up and done, people just wouldn't understand who hasn't been
as
there.
Well. Yeah. There's that as well. Yeah.
I think that's where we all have that connection.
Yeah. The stepping stones.
Yeah, because when we see each other, you're absolutely right. Like nothing's changed. Everyone's just the same.
Yeah.
And we just go back to that time.
And we trust each other when we talk. We're not being as open as we were a minute ago when we weren't on camera, but we do trust each other when we start. And we just go for it, don't we? Well, fucking hell, this happened, and fucking hell, do you remember that? Fucking hell. And do you know what I mean? And you just go, but you trust each other that it's all right what you're saying, that you're not going to be judged. Do you know what I'm saying? And even if you are judged, some fucker's going to gossip about you, but they're gossiping about about you to someone who also knows it's all right.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And you're just part of the gang.
Yeah. Well, you find it funny and laugh, don't
you? Yeah. Or you just go, they've always been a cunt, and just laugh.
Yeah.
You know who everybody is.
Yeah. Outside Joe would be horrified. We'd be in bits like that.
Yeah, one way.
Yeah, we all had the same twisted point of view.
No, you had a twisted point of view, Mandy. I'm joking.
Just thought everything
was
funny.
Joking.
Everything was funny.
You just see Mandy and Sue down the other end like that, shaking, laughing, look. Or just smiling like, we know something you don't.
We didn't miss a trick.
I know.
And there's lots of tricks being pulled down there.
I know.
Like what? Come on, tell me a trick.
If you'd see somebody dipping, you could see it because we'd be like looking through the railing.
Yeah.
And you're looking down, and all of a sudden something would draw your eye. And like at first, there'd be two tables there when you first went in.
Yeah.
And like people that were out of town and saw strangers, that's where they took, weren't they?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden a really familiar face from the club would suddenly join them.
Yeah.
Getting them buying drinks. And then you'd someone out the corner of your eye, you'd see this movement down here.
Oh.
You know, and they'd have the stuff away and that, but like, you're watching it.
Yeah.
And you know it's wrong.
Yeah.
And you don't want it to happen to you, but you don't warn them, you know, you just like...
Yeah, it probably wouldn't happen to you because you're a regular in there, it's just people who...
Well, that was going on
in there.
That was going on everywhere, wasn't it? Because that was some people's living.
It was probably us going like that. Do you know this club in Moss Side? Taking them down there. We had nothing to roll, did we, love?
But some people it would never happen to, though.
No.
Even on the first night, some people, I don't know why you knew that Dave was one of us, but you did.
I said that when we went down, we had an automatic umbrella
Yeah.
of protection over us. We didn't even have to think, you know, we didn't have to have any concerns.
Didn't have to worry about it.
Just have each other's back, basically.
Yeah.
Do you ever remember a white guy that used to go in there, that used to do sketches, he used to draw?
Someone's just showed me a picture that he did.
Yeah.
He's called Jethro.
Right.
Yeah,
Do you
in
remember
1985.
it?
He did one of Gail Frederick's in 1985. I've got it on my phone. I'm going to download it. Yeah, a white. Yeah. I don't remember him. But
I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, another memory I've got is when we had the riots in 1980. I remember coming out of the Reno.
Us too, yeah.
Yeah. We come out of the Reno on a cold night, and from where Hart Lager was at the start of Princess Road, right the way down the road to probably Broadfield Road, there were police all just marched up all there, weren't they, with the shields as we come out the Reno at like 4:30.
Oh, wow.
No traffic.
Yeah.
Just,
I bet that was weird.
Yeah,
Really
yeah,
weird.
like
Body
that.
shields,
And everybody just coming
covered
out
the
and
heads
then
to
being
the
there.
shins.
No taxis there.
Wow, I bet that was proper
Yeah.
weird. Because
Yeah.
you didn't know
Buttons
anything when you went down.
And the
No.
buttons in the hand.
Yeah, with the batons.
I
It
can
was
remember them coming down the streets
Yeah.
and us being like, what's going on? And
Yeah.
a copper telling my mum to get in. And she said, do you mind, I live here? And he was really foul. I
Yeah.
don't know why I'm hesitant because I've got a bucket mouth. You won't aware what he said to her.
No.
Yeah.
So like, we ran in the house and shut the door.
Yeah.
And they just came down in force.
Mm.
And everyone was running, young guys, you know, knocking, please let me
We
in.
just was
That
linking
happened on
walks off.
yours in Pleasant. I can remember seeing the people running down and banging on people's doors, just let me in, you know.
Oh, yeah, it was awful, wasn't it?
It was horrible.
But they said you just walked off linking arms.
Yeah, we did. We
Just come
walked
out of the Reno.
Yeah.
I don't know, she probably said something like, just pretend we're don't want to get taken home by these.
Wow.
No, I think I lived across the way then.
Yeah, you did. We
Yeah.
just walked
Yeah, we
over,
walked to you.
Yeah.
When I lived
Yeah,
with
that's
you.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, but there's a curfew a few days after.
Yeah,
for about
you-
2-3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
And
was.
that's when they kept police in the streets.
Yeah.
And like by 9 o'clock, making sure the streets was clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gutted, they closed the Reno.
Don't know if they did, you know.
Nobody
think
could
they
get
did.
to it.
No, I
because
don't
they
think
No.
they did, and they was queued out, going down.
Oh, in the
Princess
back way,
Park.
yeah.
No, in the front, on the road on Princess Park Road.
The police were.
The police were like
Yeah.
in the middle of the road with
Yeah,
shields,
suspect
shields, like all the way down to Broadfield Road. Yeah, just one night I remember seeing that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't think it ever closed. I'm sure it didn't.
But
How would you get there?
Yeah, how would you
I
get
remember
in?
the police
They weren't
coming
there
in.
when we got in.
Do you ever remember the police coming in and they'd turn the lights on and you'd feel gutted
Yeah,
that the lights
yeah,
had come on because
yeah.
they're closing early and stuff?
Yeah, they did that. Yeah,
Yeah.
all the
How did your
time.
hair look?
They're all right, man.
When they
You've
used
got
to-
white hair. Stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they close the blues and they'd go from blues
Yeah,
to blues.
closing everywhere
Close
down.
the blues, yeah.
How rude.
Yeah.
How rude.
yeah.
It was like martial law, wasn't
Yeah,
it? They
yeah,
had us
yeah.
under heavy manners.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they just
They
take
really
the
did.
system, wouldn't they? The
Yeah.
sound system. And then you go to another blues, and then not long after the police had come to
Yeah.
that. I remember a couple
It
of
was like, we're
couple
really
of
going to piss on your
times.
chips. You're not
Yeah.
having a night out tonight.
Yeah.
Is this any time or post the riots? Is this after the riots?
After
First
the-
couple of days,
yeah.
yeah.
But then after they
Yeah.
do that, when they just got like a bit of a bee in the bonnet, they close the blues down. I can't remember when they closed the Reno down, but I do remember the lights going on.
Yeah.
I can't remember
Drive me insane that they used to do that, because you'd be on a proper good night, and the next thing you'd just see tall helmets.
Yeah.
And just the lights would be coming on, and everyone would be like, oh.
Spliffs all over the floor.
Yeah.
So how old are you? About 26 when you stopped going down there?
Would have been, would have been. I can't remember now. It would have been
younger than that.
It would have been
when you stopped going down.
Yeah.
No, because I was.
No, it would have been about 23, 24.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Or even younger, because I was 23 when I had Francis.
Yeah, well, it would have been.
So that was 89. I was 23 in 89.
Yeah, it would have been 22 then.
Mm-hmm.
22, yeah. 22, 23.
Yeah.
Isn't that mad? Because it's not as much of our life as we think, is it? That's a lot.
It plays a major part in your life.
It's such a major part.
It's the impact it has.
Yeah.
That's what the residue
of being in this movie.
Yeah.
Of being in this movie and knowing you had a part to play. I've got a part.
Yeah.
No, but it is, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we played a big part in the place, really, didn't we? You know. So, you still see people now from the Reno days, don't you? Like 25 years later, and they're like,
oh.
Yeah, I went,
Could you never change?
Well, people I never even spoke to in the Reno, and I get this overwhelming love for them, and I see it on their face as well. I never spoke to them before.
But I've been to parties here, Mandy. I've been to parties here, and now I'm old. Well, obviously not recently, but like a few years ago, and I've been in, and people have said to me, I remember you from the Reno, but people I've never spoke to, but they bring it up to make a conversation about it, because they remember you from there. It's mad, isn't it? But it was great. It was fantastic. Good times. I'd never change it for the world.
No, I wouldn't.
Do you think anybody else talks about their club like this?
No.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Because there was an era, wasn't there? I hear people going on about Placemate and this club and that club in town, but nothing could compare to the Reno.
No.
That was our place, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We couldn't even get in them other clubs, so I'm not bothered. Oh, yeah, it was good. Good times.
We had enough girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm going to get the blood back in my leg.